Hello, my name is Nika and I am an indoor plant specialist here at Rogers Gardens. Today we'll be talking about how to repot your houseplant. First, we'll go through the signs in which it's time to repot your houseplant, the proper dimensions and diameters you want to choosing your next planter, the tools you'll need to perform, and the steps in which to do so. So the first question is, when is it time to repot your houseplants? And luckily there are many signs. Signs include if the roots are going through the drainage hole at the bottom of your growing pot, if, for example, it's just already outgrowing the pot that it's in, if the roots are pushing the plant up and out of the pot. Some other signs include it being super top heavy, keeps falling over. The soil is either really hard or it's drying out more frequently, so you have to keep watering it more frequently. The soil is disintegrating is another good sign to repot it. Because repotting your houseplant isn't only changing the planter size, it's changing the soil. And new soil means new nutrients for your plant. So typically I would like to say I would want to repot it every 12 to 18 months, so a year and a half or so. And size is actually very important here, because if you have, like, for example, a really small plant and a very large planter, that means you're going to put more soil in it and more water, and subsequently leading to drowning your plant in soil. And you don't want to do that, obviously, killing it with a lot of kindness. So, for example, if I have a 4-inch pot, I'm going to want to go at least 1 inch wider and deeper for my new planter. For floor planters, let's say, like an indoor tree, you're going to want to go at most 4 inches wider in diameter for your pot. So yeah, and if I have like a 6-inch pot like this or so, I'll probably want to go maybe 2 inches wider in diameter and deeper for the pot. So it just gives it enough room for it to grow for the next year. And so now we'll go over the tools you'll need in order to do. So of course you're going to need your plant, your new planter, some porous material. You can either use some rocks, lava rock, gravel, or cactus mix even works, and then your watering can and some premium potting soil. If your pot doesn't have a drainage hole, this one does. You're going to want to put a layer of lava rock or gravel at the bottom of it, so it allows the water to just crease through, and so your roots aren't sitting in water. And some other good materials to have around you are some scissors and gloves. In case your plant is root bound, you're going to want to have to trim the roots around it. Okay, so I actually am going to put like a layer of gravel at the bottom of this. Some other tips that I've heard are a coffee filter. I guess it allows the water to drain through, and you don't lose any soil when you're doing so. So that's a good amount, maybe like 1 inch or so. And then we're going to I like to prep the planter before I'm taking the plant out of its grower's pot, just so that it is an easy transition. And we're going to put just a little layer of new soil and new nutrients here and pack it down pretty tight so that there's no air bubbles. Put that to the side. So I like to water the plant before I'm transplanting it. It keeps the root ball together when you're transplanting it. So you're going to actually want to remove at least 1/3 of the soil from the base down here. If your plant is root bound, the roots are going to be making tiny little circles, and you're going to want to unwind those as much as you can and maybe just trim it up a little bit. It's okay to trim off these thread-like roots. Just make sure that the thicker roots are still intact. So I've removed at least 1/3 of the soil that was previously there. And now this gives it opportunity to integrate into its new soil. Once I've potted it in there at the right level, I can just pack new soil around the base here. So I like to leave at least an inch from the top of the soil to the top of the planter so that the roots are able to breathe. And the last step is watering it. This is important because it helps the roots integrate into its new soil. All right. And now it has a new home. Thank you for watching this video on how to repot your houseplant. Again, my name is Nika, and if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also available on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you very much.